I always see a lot of debate over the main 6 and their respective elements of harmony, and I've got to weigh in on one aspect of this real quick, because it always gets under my skin when I see this take being thrown around, that Rainbow Dash doesn't deserve to represent the element of loyalty. Yes, Rainbow Dash has done some unloyal things for sure, but the whole point of the show is that these girls need to learn lessons about friendship, even when it comes to problems that involve the element they represent. They aren't perfect characters, and they aren't always going to be able to perfectly encompass the element they represent, and that's totally fine. And besides all that, Rainbow Dash, despite her mistakes and slip-ups, has so many moments throughout the series where she is fiercely loyal to her friends. I especially want to talk about 2 episodes in particular that I feel show this perfectly. First up, let's talk about the episode Sonic Rainboom. I think Sonic Rainboom in particular is one of the best Rainbow Dash episodes, especially since it explores the less focused on aspects of Rainbow's character. We get to see a nervous Dash, a scared Dash, which is a rare sight as she is usually extremely confident and fearless. She's also pretty modest. At the beginning of the episode, the girls are talking about how Rainbow once accomplished the coolest flying technique ever, the Sonic Rainboom, and she just brushes past it, saying she was just a kid. In this episode, Rainbow is competing in the Young Flyers competition, and she wants to try and accomplish the Sonic Rainboom again in her routine, even though she hasn't been able to complete it since she was a filly. This competition is very important to Rainbow Dash, not only to prove herself, but because the first place prize is a day with the Wonderbolts, the group she dreams of being a part of someday. The girls notice Rainbow Dash's nervousness and decide to try casting a spell so that they can fly to Cloudsdale and support her. Rarity volunteers to be the test subject for Twilight's flight spell, and when they surprise Rainbow in Cloudsdale, it's revealed that Twilight's spell gave Rarity beautiful butterfly wings. These wings catch the attention of everyone. Rarity is reveling in the attention, so much so that she doesn't notice Rainbow getting more nervous by the minute. The other Pegasus ponies convince Rarity to join the competition, and she agrees, despite knowing it's Rainbow Dash's dream to win. Rainbow Dash was already nervous, but now she thinks she has absolutely no chance because Rarity is entering, and everyone is so obsessed with her there's no way she can lose. When the competition starts, Rainbow keeps switching her number with other competitors so she can put off going on and doing her routine. By the end of the competition, she and Rarity are forced to go on together since there is limited time left. Rarity is wearing the most over-the-top outfit and tells Rainbow at the last second that she changed the music for the performance. Rarity loves all of the attention so much, she selfishly changes things for Rainbow, throwing her off and in turn just showing off. When Rarity does her big finish, however, her wings are incinerated by the sun and she starts to fall. Rainbow sees this and immediately diverts from her routine, flying as fast as she can to rescue her friend. She is so determined to save Rarity that she is able to do the Sonic Rainboom. Rainbow was finally able to accomplish this move because she had a goal that she could not let fear stop her from, saving her friend. Rainbow abandons her routine that could win her the competition to save Rarity. After Rainbow saves her, Rarity apologizes to her for entering the competition and Rainbow forgives her. I like how in this episode, Rainbow never gets angry at Rarity, even though she honestly had every right to. She was too nervous before Rarity even enters the competition, and then after she does, she just gets even more nervous. And in the end, Rainbow is able to forgive Rarity because she cares about her, and knows that she just got carried away. This episode is great at showing that even though competition and being the best she can be is important to Rainbow Dash, her friends are even more important to her, and she will always be loyal to them. She risks losing the competition to save Rarity, and although everything works out, it's pretty important to note that Rainbow would have been willing to lose if it meant she could save Rarity. The second episode I want to talk about is Wonderbolts Academy from Season 3. In this episode, Rainbow Dash gets accepted to the Wonderbolts Academy, bringing her one step closer to her dream. Rainbow meets a new pony named Lightning Dust at the Academy. Rainbow is determined to prove herself to the Wonderbolts, and she discovers that Lightning Dust also has that same mentality, but she approaches it in a more aggressive way. Rainbow and Lightning Dust are paired together as flight partners. During a flight exercise, Lightning Dust causes a tornado. Rainbow is unaware that her friends are traveling to see her, and they get caught in the tornado. Rainbow rushes to save them, deviating from the exercise. Lightning Dust is applauded for pushing herself as far as she could, and Rainbow is chastised for not doing the same. Rainbow also wants to push herself to be the best, but she won't do it at the expense of safety. She tells Lightning Dust what she did was wrong, and she quits the academy when she realizes that they value Lightning Dust's aggressive mentality. Rainbow's friends are shocked that she quit, but Rainbow would rather quit than continue there if the expense of her friend's safety isn't treated with seriousness. Not only is Rainbow Dash showing that safety should be considered first, she is showing that her friends are more important to her than her dream. No matter what, she will always choose to protect her friends over anything she could ever want. I think sometimes people look at this show in a way too surface level way. They see that this character represents this and they assume that if they deviate from that at all, they're breaking the entire show. I think the show has more layers to it than just that. If all of the characters fit into that perfect mold all the time, the show would be boring. You can't put every aspect of the show into a box because then everything would just be stagnant and no character would be allowed to grow. I think showing how the characters stray from their elements at certain points is great, as it allows us to see that everybody makes mistakes and everybody still has room to grow. These girls weren't perfect in the first episode of the series, and they weren't perfect by the last episode of the series. Rainbow Dash is the element of loyalty, even if she doesn't always represent it perfectly. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Bye!